In the heart of a frosty wilderness, a wild stallion found itself encircled by a pack of wolves, a scene that should have spelled doom. Yet as Kevin's camera clicked away in disbelief, the wolves weren't on the hunt at all. They were simply watching. The majestic horse, battle-scarred but dignified, strode among them with the air of a seasoned leader, not a trembling victim. What was this bizarre truce? How could nature, in its raw, untamed glory, rewrite the ancient law of survival right before his eyes? As the northern woods whispered secrets under the falling snow, the mystery left Kevin on edge, wondering what other surprises the wild might have in store. It was a biting February morning in 2023 near Denali National Park, where the endless white expanse seemed to stretch into forever. At 53, Kevin believed he'd mastered every secret of these woods after 3 decades of hunting. He knew the delicate balance between hunter and hunted. Yet that morning, nature humbled him. His modest cabin, just 20 miles from Healy, was lined with trophies of past victories. Moose, bears, wolves, all silent witnesses to his skills. With his gear packed and a thermos of strong black coffee in hand, he stepped out into the pre-dawn chill, his wife Sarah's worried eyes and soft goodbye echoing in his ears. Little did he know, this day would be anything but ordinary, setting the stage for a mystery that would haunt him long after the storm passed. By the time Kevin reached his favourite trailhead, the temperature had sunk to 20 below zero, and the dark sky was slowly lightening in hues of purple and blue. As he trudged through the crunch of fresh snow, he noticed unusual tracks, large horse prints mingled with the unmistakable marks of wolf paws. They weren't following the usual script of predator chasing prey. They moved together, side by side. Could it be that these wolves were keeping pace with the horse? His experienced eyes read the fresh prints, and his curiosity grew with each step deeper into the forest. This wasn't just another hunt. It was a riddle wrapped in nature's own secrets, leaving Kevin to wonder what he was truly witnessing. As the forest welcomed him with a biting wind and creaking, snow-laden branches, memories of his first hunting trip with his father stirred within him. Old Jack Morrison, a revered figure in Alaska's hunting lore, had always taught him to respect every creature. Take only what you need and never waste what you take, his father would say. Those lessons echoed in his mind as he followed the mysterious tracks through a narrow ravine, where the wind's howl amplified every sound against the stone walls. With the pale light filtering through the trees, a small clearing emerged, and what Kevin saw made him drop to one knee in awe. Just 200 yards ahead, shrouded by pine trees, stood a magnificent stallion. A dark bay almost black against the snow, with a mane that whipped wildly in the wind. 7 grey wolves circled it, their winter fur thick and full. Instead of a vicious ambush, the scene was a calm dance of coexistence, as if the animals had struck an unspoken pact. What secret bond could forge such an alliance in the heart of the wild? Kevin's breath hitched as he watched the interaction, his rifle lowered in reverence rather than threat. Through his binoculars, every scar on the horse's coat and every mark on the wolves told stories of past battles. The alpha wolf, notable by a scar at his shoulder and a limp, moved with a gentle authority around the horse. What secret bond could forge such an alliance in the heart of the wild? Kevin's breath hitched as he watched the interaction, his rifle lowered in reverence rather than threat. Through his binoculars, every scar on the horse's coat and every mark on the wolves told stories of past battles. The alpha wolf, notable by a scar on his shoulder and a limp, moved with a gentle authority around the horse. Then, the unexpected unfolded. When a group of wild boars started foraging nearby, the horse suddenly took on the role of a guide, herding them towards the waiting wolves. The boars, caught off guard by this unusual strategy, became easy prey, and the subsequent feast was a testament to the pair's uncanny teamwork. As the horse stood guard over the wolves' meal, a silent promise of mutual protection filled the cold air. Could this partnership be nature's way of showing us that strength often comes from unity? The cold crept deeper into Kevin's bones, yet he couldn't tear his eyes away from the spectacle unfolding before him. The tall horse's commanding view of the land allowed it to spot danger from afar, while its strength helped drive in larger game. a role the wolves filled by securing the kill. Together, they have fashioned a survival strategy that defied everything Kevin had been taught about the natural order. Each moment deepened his understanding that sometimes nature offers lessons far more profound than any trophy ever could. But as dark clouds began to gather in the distance, signaling the onset of a fierce storm, Kevin reluctantly decided it was time to leave this enchanted scene, after capturing every detail on camera for proof. What other marvels might this wild alliance reveal if given more time? That very evening, as the wind howled outside his cabin and the storm roared to life, Kevin recounted his discovery to Sarah. With excitement and wonder lacing every word, he explained how the horse and wolves had not only coexisted, but thrived together. "I've never seen anything like it," he said, his voice filled with awe. His story of an extraordinary partnership, where strength came not from competition, but cooperation, quickly spread beyond local Whispers. Visitors soon gathered at his observation points, eager to glimpse this marvel for themselves. Dr. Sarah Henderson, an expert in animal behaviour from a well-known university, arrived to study what she called behavioural adaptation at its finest. Could it be that nature was teaching a new lesson on living in harmony? In the following weeks, Kevin returned regularly to track the unique group, always careful not to disturb their natural rhythm. He learned that they had carved out a territory of about 20 square miles in a sheltered valley, where their combined hunting skills had turned survival into an art form. News of this rare alliance reached local papers, then national media, all captivated by the tale of the horse that roamed with wolves. Yet Kevin guarded the exact location fiercely, knowing that too many curious onlookers could disturb this fragile balance. As the days grew longer, signs of change emerged. The horse's winter coat started to shed, revealing scars that spoke of countless battles. And the wolves, too, seemed livelier. Then, one April morning, after a 3-day absence, Kevin discovered fresh tracks high in the mountains, hinting at a new chapter for this incredible group. What unexpected twist would nature unveil next? Following the fresh tracks up winding mountain paths, Kevin found the pack had moved into a new area. The wild horse was still there, now accompanied by playful wolf pups, tiny grey bundles frolicking under the spring sun. The horse, ever the guardian, even allowed the pups to climb on its legs, a sight that tugged at his heart. This revelation pushed Kevin to a crossroads. He decided to pivot his long-standing hunting guide service into a wildlife observation and photography tour company. His deep connection with the wilderness and the remarkable story he had captured made his tours irresistible. Although some old clients couldn't understand his change and money was tight, Sarah stood by him, even taking wildlife photography classes to help out. Could a single discovery really change a life so completely? Over the years, the legend of the horse that roamed with wolves grew into a beacon of hope in the rugged wilds of Alaska. Kevin continued to visit the pack, noting how the old alpha had eventually faded away. Yet the horse persisted, teaching the younger wolves the unique ways of their bond. This unusual alliance even sparked conservation efforts and rethought wildlife management strategies. Dr. Henderson and her team published groundbreaking studies, forever changing how scientists viewed animal intelligence and interspecies relationships. The local town of Healy blossomed with ecotourism, as visitors from around the world came to witness this living marvel, guided by Kevin's careful planning to protect the animals. Isn't it amazing how nature can turn a routine hunt into a story that transforms communities? 10 years later, Kevin's cabin had transformed into a bustling visitor centre, with his hunting trophies replaced by striking photographs that captured every twist and turn of the saga. His favourite image, a picture of the horse standing sentry over sleeping wolf pups against a snowy mountain backdrop, became a symbol of hope and resilience. One quiet morning, Sarah asked him, "Did you ever imagine that day you set out to hunt would change so many lives?" Kevin smiled, his eyes reflecting the memory of that fateful encounter. "I now see that true strength comes from working together rather than fighting alone," he replied. Their shared understanding deepened the mystery of the wild, leaving one to wonder. How many more life lessons might nature be waiting to reveal? As spring unfolded, changes in the pack's dynamics became evident. The horse and wolves roamed further, taking advantage of longer days and richer food supplies. The once proud, dark coat of the horse began to show signs of age, while the wolves grew more energetic, their hunting patterns evolving with the season. One crisp April morning, Kevin returned to his usual spot to find the clearing empty for 3 long days. A silence that made his heart race with worry. Had something gone wrong? But on the 4th day, fresh tracks led him higher into the lingering snow of the mountains, where he discovered that the pack was thriving in a new territory, now joined by a litter of spirited wolf pups. With each new sighting, the mystery deepened, leaving onlookers wondering what the wild would show next. The astonishing journey of this unlikely team soon pushed Kevin to transform his business. Now offering wildlife tours that mixed adventure with learning, he attracted people from near and far, each eager to glimpse the magic of the Wild Alliance. His daughter Maria, inspired by years of watching the pack's evolution, took the reins of the operation, blending her studies in wildlife biology with a passion for storytelling. Under her leadership, the tour company grew to include educational programs for local schools, teaching young minds about conservation and the unexpected ways nature teaches us to live together. Could this be the start of a new era in how we understand our natural world? Years passed, and the tale of the horse that ran with wolves turned into a local legend, a narrative that reached far beyond Alaska's frozen frontiers. Kevin, now in his 70s, watched as his once solitary life transformed into one of community and learning. The old hunting trophies were now replaced by vivid photographs and art, each piece telling a part of the ongoing saga. Among them, his cherished shot of the horse guarding the wolf pups remained a constant reminder that true triumph lies not in the conquest of nature, but in embracing its mysteries. Kevin's transformation from a hardened hunter to a thoughtful guardian of the wild left everyone wondering, how can one moment redefine a lifetime? In the quiet visitor centre, now known as the Spirit Wolf Conservation Centre, scientists and locals alike gathered to study and celebrate the extraordinary partnership. Dr. Henderson and her research team delved into the unique ways the horse and wolves communicated, uncovering hints of a secret language woven from gestures and sounds. Its breadthrough challenged old ideas about animal behaviour and sparked new studies on interspecies bonds. Even the local indigenous elders found deep meaning in the story, reminding everyone that life's most profound lessons often come from nature's unexpected unions. As visitors peered into live cameras set up in the wild, they marvelled at the soft nicker of the horse blending with the wolves' gentle howls, leaving them to ask, what other secrets lie hidden in nature's embrace? Now, with Kevin's daughter Maria leading the charge and the visitor centre buzzing with activity, the legacy of the horse and its wolf family continued to inspire. Their unusual bond had not only changed wildlife management policies across North America, but also sparked a revolution in how we see cooperation in the natural world. As the sun set over the Denali wilderness, painting the sky in soft pinks and golds, the distant sound of howls and gentle whinnies mingled in a symphony of survival. In that moment, it was clear that the true treasures of the wild were not those mounted on a wall, but the lessons learned from unexpected friendships. And so, as darkness fell and the stars took their place, one couldn't help but wonder, could this be nature's quiet promise for a better, more connected tomorrow?